Like, your offense is now different because when James comes, as we always say, as he's said often, he is the system.
If you take Jaylen Brown off the Celtics right now, you think they're going to be a 500 team?
No.
My list, best two-way players in the league, I'm going to start off with Jaylen Brown.
Okay. Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama.
And Jaylen Brown. I'm going to put Cade in there.
No, they've incorporated themselves around him.
Yeah.
No, that's real.
I don't know. I think they should axe this rule.
It's like the marathon. You stop for the Gatorade, and somebody keep running, and he took the lead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest edition of No Fouls Given, of course, presented by PrizePicks. As always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts. To my right, Paul Pierce. To my left, Danny Green. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the promo code NFG at sign out. We got a super dope show for you guys. Let's get right into Tuesday night action. Okay, Eastern Conference rivals, the New York Knicks. Ooh. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, who whooped the Knicks 109-94 Tuesday night and are now 6-1 in the James Harden era and have won 13 of their last 15 games. Harden is averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists with the Cavs and shooting a nice 50% from from the field, and a blistering 47% from three. Whew. Jared Allen, man, seems to be in paradise now that he gets to play with James Harden. He seems to be really unlocked. His points per game have shot up from 13 to 22.
Yeah.
Since he's come back and been playing with James.
That's what James does.
You know, just another Cleveland. I'm not going to lie. I shot off a thread about how disgusted I was by that OKC game. And people were like, relax, it's the fourth game in 5 nights and blah, 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 blah. I was kind of disgusted by it. But I think they redeemed themselves against the Knicks, Danny.
They did. No, but this is what James does, bro. He opens up the floor for the bigs, everybody else. And I think, again, I said it was a pretty good marriage because not only does he take a lot off of Don, like the offensive attention, but they also take a lot of, like in L.A., he was carrying a lot of offensive load.
Oh, yeah.
Like now he can be more efficient. He's not having to shoot as much. He's averaging 18, 50% from the field, 47 from the three. Like he's getting open looks too. Mm-hmm. But Jared Allen is balling. You know, he had 19 and 10 tonight. I guess Open Mobley's first game back. Still, you know, I guess they're working on min restrictions. I don't know, but they were beating up the Knicks pretty good. But the big is going to have great looks. And this is a game, I said it's just regular season to me. You know what I'm saying? Like Cleveland, they're in a better direction than what they were a month ago. You know, to start the season, disappointing.
Yeah.
Even halfway through, like now the last stretch, they've been balling. You know, Don's been hooping. They got James now. They've been winning some games. But I'm still not a believer of the playoffs when it comes to them until they do it. That's pretty much what it is.
It's kind of like a show me kind of thing. Paul, what do you think about what Cleveland was able to do tonight and during just the general James Harden stretch?
Well, I said when they made the trade, it was a high risk, high reward. Mm. And they're reaping the benefits of the trade. But the most underrated thing about the trade that Cleveland added was, to me, that I watched, is Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
He kind of gives them an edge off that bench.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know his numbers won't look all gaudy or impressive, but like the way he defends, the way
it's an attitude.
It's an attitude that he brings to that second unit, and you know he can play with James and he can play with Donovan. You know, he can keep him on the floor because of the way he defends, and I think that's an underrated move. And when I look at it, man, the Knicks got to get their act together.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, because it's like they are so up and down throughout the year. They'll have a great start. Then they went through their lull. Then they started playing well again. And now it looks like they're going them back into like a funk right now with some pretty – I mean, they're playing some good teams. But, look, they got to get some quality wins for me to be a believer to them to go deep in the playoffs. You know, you can't beat other teams that we're saying these teams could be contenders. Mm-hmm. These are the games you got to win. Mm-hmm. You know, especially at home. And I understand when you go on the road, it's a little more difficult. But at home, when you're giving up those games, it's tough. So
they got about a month
to prove to me.
The last month of the season to like really lock in. And again, like P was saying, it ain't about when it's about playing against the teams that are above 500. Like those games really matter. Those are the tests that you want. I mean, the people with the less strength of schedule, I don't think they're going to be prepared for the playoffs like that. I've been on teams where they've had good strength of schedule toward the end. It's like, all right, these are the games we want going into the playoffs. And then somewhere it was like not really battle tested, and you get into the playoffs like, oh shit, you're kind of just shell shocked because you haven't played against a real team in a while or had a close game. So these are games, not saying that they need to win them, but they should be a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? Like these should be tests to where you're getting some clutch minutes.
So what Danny's saying is
behind
like
the wheel.
they played in terms of the real teams. They played Detroit. They got beat pretty soundly.
Yeah.
In that one, and then they play another team at the top of the Eastern Conference in Cleveland, and now they lose again quite handily. And it's nice to get wins. They came back against the Rockets. That was a nice win down the stretch, a nice clutch victory. And it's nice and they smoked the Sixers, who people take seriously that I don't. And it's nice to beat up on the Bulls and stuff like that. But again, Cleveland is one of your rivals to try to get out of the finals. In fact, you guys were the two co-favorites coming into the season. And so, yeah, seeing them come up short is interesting. I want to get back on Harden because we talk about all the time how difficult it is mid-season to incorporate a guy who's going to be a major piece of your team, right? Like now, like your offense is now different because when James comes, as we always say, as he's said often, he is the system. But it seems like he's come in and incorporated himself really quickly. How do you think he's been able to do that, Paul?
No, they've incorporated themselves around him.
Yeah.
That's real.
It's fair.
Because think about the usage rates for Donovan is down.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we saw him with the ball at the top and all the plays
Just
being
trying to
ramping
create
him,
by
trying
himself,
to create,
yeah.
and Jared Allen just kind of sitting in the dunker and guys just watching him. Now just implement James. Now you implement the system. Everybody understands where they're supposed to be at.
Yeah.
You're going to roll. This is going to be there. If they help, we're going to swing it to Donovan. Now you go one-on-one. If it's not there, back to me. Let's get it in there, get in the lane, and find these guys open for three.
Yeah.
That's been the James Harden system.
I think defensively it helps him as well, James, because now he can just, again, he got those two trees behind him. They protect the rim.
Whoa.
Paul, the way you reach
Wait,
it. It's not a reach.
When did tree get crazy?
I don't know. Yeah, is that not?
Trees
Just because they was
behind
behind him? Okay, I get it.
It's a reach.
Sure.
It's a reach.
It's a bit of a stretch, but okay.
He got the two bigs protecting the rim. So that made it worse.
We continue on.
So defense, yes. That's a reach, bro.
This guy's out of his mind. There was no reason.
That was a reach.
Now keep going.
So defensively, all he has to do on the perimeter now is send guys to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Like his defense,
and we know he loves that.
Exactly. It's just run out, run him off the line. You know what I'm saying? Make him go to the rim. All you do is take away three, take away mid range.
Yeah.
Make him try to finish at the rim. At the bigs there. So it's like. It helps them all around, offensively and defensively.
So for me, the thing that was cool, that's been cool about watching a new version of the team is that the bigs seem even more active now because they feel like
they're more involved in offense.
Exactly.
Because James is going to make them like
100%.
Actually. Don is a pick and roll player, but not as he's more of a pick and roll to scorer type player.
And they're getting these like. I remember back in the days, Henry Abbott called it Kobe assists when his bigs would get the offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
They're getting these Donovan and James assists where they go to the basket, even when they shoot that floater, because both
if you
the
roll,
big and his guy came. The roll man is just wide open.
It's either a lob or put back dunk or put back leg. Yeah, so they pad their stats.
Like it's awesome to watch the activity, and I think the cool thing with James too is the speed that the ball just moves now. Like as great as Donovan Mitchell is, he's an MVP candidate according to Kenny Atkinson. The ball don't move like that.
No, he's getting off quick.
On the ball.
James is getting off that thing.
James is off it so quick when he's turning the corner, and guys are just so ready, man. That's been the coolest thing to watch so far. And in terms of the Knicks, like I've watched this regular season annoyingness for this is the third straight year of this. And so I'm not surprised, but I do anticipate that they'll be a better version of themselves come the playoffs.
We
but
hope.
I feel you though, Danny. It's nice to see it actually get put on paper. And speaking of a team that's putting it on paper, putting it on the court.
Mm-hmm.
The San Antonio Spurs, ladies and gentlemen, man, they went into
Woo.
Detroit and took their hearts from them, Paul.
Man.
They won 114-103 on Monday night. Victor Wembanyama during the Spurs 9-game winning streak. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1.3 steals, 3.4 blocks. He had 5 against Detroit.
Damn.
It felt like, six. It felt like 12, to be
It
honest.
did.
What did you take away from that matchup? Because I watch it from front to back.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be one of the games of the year, just because of where both of the teams are coming in, and everybody just paying attention and everybody playing.
Well,
Adam Silver, that was ill.
for sure, but no Isaiah Stewart. I think that hurt them
No
a little
Isaiah
bit.
Stewart, sure.
I'm
But-
not sure if that would have did much.
I don't think
Not
he
much,
would've- I
but he's a
don't know.
defensive presence for them. He is a rebounder. He helps give some
I think offense
edge.
is where they had some problems.
Yes, so Cade struggled, and that's where people said can scout on Detroit and just load up and kind of make him beat you by himself, or just like make the others beat you somehow. So Cade had a struggling night. He didn't shoot well. Castle can guard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a bunch of guards that down the line that can switch and can guard, and they also have Wemby to protect the rim. So all they got to do is send him to the basket. Lucky for them, they don't have a lot of Spurs teams to face in the East. You know what I'm saying? They won't see the Spurs until the finals, if they make it to the finals. But it was a great matchup. I think it was a pretty sound statement type of game, and Spurs, I think, are showing people they're for real this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be contenders, like they're title contenders
I think
right
they're
now.
contenders. I don't know how you put it, but I want to ask you, Paul, when you watch this game, like, are you higher on the Spurs or lower on the Pistons coming out of this game?
Wow, that's a great question. I think I was a little bit lower on the Pistons, but I can't measure them against San Antonio. Right now, I got to measure them to what's in the East, because that's where they got to come out of. So, but what I did, I saw a few things though when I watched this game. I saw that once San Antonio matched Detroit's physicality in the second half, and that's the thing you have to do. Detroit is a physical, that's their identity. They're physical, they're going to push you, they're going to grab. We saw they frustrated Cade.
So my guy Verno, I saw this on Instagram. He said that Cade did. Remember when Kobe in that clip was like, first play against Powell, I'm gonna hit him in the chest.
Yeah.
Cade did that to Wemby on the first play of the game. He did the Kobe, hit him in the chest.
No,
first play.
it was clear that Wemby had to adjust to the physicality, because it
Yes,
looked like
he
he was
did.
getting pushed around and he
yeah.
couldn't get to a spot on offense. He was throwing up errant shots coming off his direct path to the basket. But the one thing that the Spurs did, they made Cade guard, and whoever they put out there, he had to guard, whether it was Vassell, Castle, Fox, and he was in foul trouble because he had to guard, and they went at him. And sometimes to kind of like nullify a great offensive player is what you do, not on defense, but going at him on offense. I always said it was nights when
Tire
I
him
played where it was just like, you know what, guys, I'm going to just expend all my energy on defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had, once I got Ray and Kevin, I knew that I could lean on them for offense.
Yeah.
Whereas he got to play defense and offense against elite guards on San Antonio, and that can take a lot out of you.
Yeah, bro.
Outside of the fouls, because he did end up with 5 fouls, I thought he played some damn good defense.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
that
good
can take a
defender
lot
for-
out of you, though.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
why
yeah.
he shot poorly.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice for us. You know what? I'm gonna put all my efforts in guard LeBron, y'all. I might not have a lot in the tank
It's
because I'm gonna be fighting over screens. I'm gonna be tracing.
It's
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
smart
They don't
tactic.
have
can't
that
afford
qua-
that.
They don't have that luxury.
They don't have that
Yeah.
luxury, right?
They don't. And I thought the ill thing about the Spurs to me is that, and we said this before, they don't have any lemons on defense, right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of plays where Wemby is just like guarding 2 people at a time, where he's on the pick and roll
Covering
and he's
the
like,
paint.
he's got the big, but it's like the guard is like, should I do a floater? Like, should I? Like, it's kind of crazy how he's able to do that. But you know why he's able to do that? Because the guy that's guarding the ball handler isn't getting planted on his screen. He's not getting obliterated. He's getting over it, so he's still bothering Cade. And then, of course, there's Wemby right there. And I thought, you know what it reminded me of last night? That first OKC win that the Spurs had, where they just made it uncomfortable for Shea to get to the basket on pick and roll. And the crazy shit to me is that OKC is way better shooting, way more continuity on offense, way better ball movement. But, the Spurs basically implemented that same game plan, and it was over.
Nah, for sure. I think I'm more high on the Spurs than I am low on Detroit.
Yeah. Sure.
They just shown
For
maturity
sure.
to go into Detroit and
Yeah.
do that against Cade, who's an MVP candidate to me. He's been
Yeah,
balling.
absolutely.
So they're showing some real maturity. A 9-game win streak, like at this point in the season, like they're locking in. But yeah, they got, like you
Hottest
said,
team in the NBA, or one of them, Eastern Conference leaders.
Yeah.
They've been meeting every single challenge. If you to go on the road and do this,
smart tactic. I give it out to Mitch. Mitch is money. Mitch.
he's a good.
He knows what
coach.
he's doing,
Money
man.
Mitch.
Attacking. I mean, you always got to attack the stars, even if they can play defense, because like P said, you want to wear them down. If this was a 7-game series, Cade could play defense, but eventually he's gonna have to give up on one side of the ball, like we seen it happen with Anthony Edwards against Dallas when he's guarding Kyrie and trying to score.
Yeah.
Like you're just gonna run out of gas. It's just how it happens. But again, Spurs got multiple bodies that can guard, man. Vassell, Castle, Fox. We got Keldon Johnson. Champagne. Like they got Harrison Barnes. They got big
Everybody
body
has
guards,
good size, too,
and then you got Wemby and Cornette behind you. You know what I'm saying? Like that can protect the rim. So
Castle was pretty damn good in this game,
bro,
too. On the
he's-
ball, he was really good. He made a lot of good decisions. Wemby, man, what's cool about watching the Spurs on offense is he attracts so much attention, and it spreads the floor out. The attacking lanes are so clear.
Yeah.
These guys catch it, and it's just
Go.
Dylan Harper. Even though
Carter Bryant.
Fox missed a decent amount of shots, but he was down.
He was in attack mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paul,
I
we
like-
were talking about it before the game, man. And Ausar Thompson, I thought he kind of stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the game, when they were trying to catch up, the coach was like, yo, man, we got to go with guys like Duncan Robinson and guys we think can spruce the shooting. Because at certain points, Wemby was just, they were like, let's put Wemby on Ausar Thompson.
Yeah.
Meaning he doesn't have to guard anybody. He can just roll. Now it's 5-on-4. Wait, you playing against a Wemby defense, 5-on-4? Like, that's death.
It reminded me of when I was in Philly and we had Matisse, Thibault, and he was capable of shooting, but he wasn't confident.
Defenses don't react to his shooting.
they're
at
not
all.
reacting. So it's like the big can guard him and also play in the paint and roam. It puts you at disadvantage. So yeah, Ausar, he's got some things to work on. He have to find other ways to be effective against that type of matchup. Because when they do play the Knicks, you better believe Mitchell Robinson's going to be a guy
That's
guarding.
what I was. That's what I was saying.
Like they're gonna put Cat on him where he can just stay at the rim. So Detroit has a problem when it comes to that. But you better figure out. Like I said, I don't know would you play Saric because he can shoot? Do you play
No.
Herder?
I don't know.
Let me tell you what he has to understand. He has to understand who he is right now because he can be effective with his game, being though he don't have a consistent 3-point shot,
Yeah.
but he needs to be a better screener.
Yeah.
Like if your
That's-
man is going to be helping, I need to be setting weak
Setting
side
hella
screens,
screens, yeah.
fades,
Or even on the
getting
ball.
guys.
Screens,
yeah,
yeah.
you need to be getting guys open,
Yeah.
and then slashing after that.
Yeah.
Because when you're Rondo was a great screener.
Yeah.
When he wasn't shooting the ball well and
That's what
didn't
Doc
have
was-
the ball, he learned how to screen, cut, get into the spots, get into the right spots, and that's what he has to do with his athleticism.
Yeah.
He can still give you 10 and 10
Yeah.
easily.
I know Ben Simmons is not what we expected him to be.
Sure.
But when we had Doc coach him, that's what he would tell. He would tell Ben, like, yo, if they're not going to play you, sometimes you attack, but be a DHO guy. Like you should be DHOing the hell out of
All
people
day.
because you're going to get your shooters wide open. Because eventually
Wide
that big has to
open.
come out the paint, and then you can roll and be effective. So
Yeah.
you got to be a great
I think
screener when they're
that's
not
just
guarding.
I think the
coaching
difference between
adjustment with
Ben
him.
and Ausar is willing to attack the rim and actually try to finish over people.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
Ben was.
there was a time. There was a time.
Sure. But what I would say about Detroit, to your point, Paul and Danny, when you're like, what should they do? To me, you got to play to your strengths.
Yeah.
I don't think you sub out
No.
Ausar for, even though I love the red rifle, you take him out for a herder who like gooses your shooting. To me, you just got to lean in. You got to work even harder to get your stuff in transition and stay out of half court as much as possible. You got to make sure you're hitting the offensive glass and getting second chance opportunities to
Yeah.
goose your efficiency. And then I think, in the playoffs, man, when you're not in transition, I think you got to be the type of team that takes the shot clock all the way down, drain it. limit the possessions.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
depending on the
If you're
matchup.
not going to be a high firepower team. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
He
When
has
you
to
don't,
be a defensive
Yeah.
nuisance. I mean,
Yes.
like we should be talking about like God damn, how many times did he get deflections and
Yeah.
blocks and offensive rebounds?
Picking up full
Yeah.
court.
Picking up full, guarding everybody on the court.
Yeah.
because like I said, we've gone through enough playoffs. I've seen the Toby Harris kick it out to him, isolation against set defenses. I don't think that's where you want to be in your life, to be honest. In the playoffs, just keeping it 1,000, especially at this point in his career. Even in the best of times, it wasn't the best for his teams.
No.
And so, I don't know. I'm not I didn't see Detroit as some ultimate juggernaut that just could not be beat in the East. I just think the Spurs are probably the league's best defense, man. You know? And
Right
they
now?
showed it
Yeah, right now?
yesterday. So, yeah, I don't think it's something to get depressed about that you didn't look your best on one night against the best defense in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? But speaking, just to keep it with Detroit, they have a big game at home against OKC on Wednesday night. We believe Shea is still out with the abdominal strain, Chris. So they're going to be playing the OKC tryhards in the meantime.
Yeah, but they play well.
Yeah,
But
they
these,
do.
and these guys relish the opportunity.
it's a plug and play system.
Yeah.
They hoop,
Once
bro.
you win it, dog, let me tell you.
DNA.
Once you win it and your stars go down, these guys have a great understanding of how to win.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying? They like Shea out, no problem.
Yes.
Jay Will out, no problem.
Yeah.
Chet miss some games, plug and play.
Yeah, and this is for number one in the league, right? This game,
I
because they
believe
both
so, yeah.
similar
'cause
records.
They're similar. They're tied in the loss column for best record in the league,
Yeah.
which is so crazy. When OKC started 24-1 or
Yeah.
whatever the hell it was, but yeah,
Yeah, they had 3 more wins, but Detroit beat them because they were half a game ahead when the loss column until they just lost recently.
yeah.
So I think that's why they think they're tied, possibly. This can break the tiebreaker, I believe, or
Yeah.
give whichever team an advantage.
Possible finals matchup.
Cade had 10 assists against the Spurs, even though he went 5 for 26.
Yeah.
His worst shooting night of the season, but still managed to get out 10 assists. Do you think he could get to 10 assists in this
I
game?
think so, especially again with some of
So
their
you think
guys
he's
been
gonna
out.
get more than
He's
9.5?
leading the league in assists per game, I think, if I'm
Gotcha.
not mistaken, and he's or the second. He's top in the league in assists per game.
What about you, Paul?
I don't think he gets 10 assists against this scrappy OK defense because it's tough to get in the lane. And when you get in that lane, they got good hands.
Yeah.
He's gonna probably have to score more in this
Hartenstein
game.
is back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say less. 9.5 assists. I'm gonna have to say less.
I'm gonna still go more. I think that the ball's gonna be in his hands. OKC is gonna force they're gonna force him to pass it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just a
Second,
matter.
right behind Jokic or some shit like that.
It's just a matter of, those guys making the shots. OKC is gonna be like, brother.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be as
It's gonna be a rough
It's gonna
night.
be on Ausar, Thompson,
yeah.
and Toby Harris. We're not letting you do this to us. So I'm gonna go
Right.
more on whether he goes more or less than 9.5 assists. What about scoring? You think he'll be able to get some buckets?
Yeah, I think he's going.
Big bounce back night, you think?
I think it's gonna be a bounce back night to where he's gonna be able to score, get to the foul line. So I think he'll go more.
More than 25 and a half?
Yeah, I think he'll go more.
Think he'll drop a cool 26?
No J-Dub?
No J-Dub, I don't
No
think. Not
SGA?
yet. No SGA.
Yeah, he going more.
Yeah, give me more as well.
Yeah.
What about Jaylen Duren?
More.
Man, I
More than
like
14.5 points.
More.
Listen, I like what he did.
He been
for San
balling.
Antonio,
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
The way his game translates to any team in the league.
Dude, and it was like the first or second play of the game. He just ran into Wemby's
yeah,
chest.
no, he just.
Was like,
His
I know this is your
physicality.
weakness, and I'm coming at you. Like, these guys are psychopaths.
Yeah, he just played strong underneath.
So you think more than 14.5
Yeah,
points? Yeah,
yeah.
give me more as well. What about rebounds for Jaylen Duren?
More.
More
He's
than
going-
9.5?
I think he'll get a double
We gotta
Think
double.
he's
get a
gonna get a
nickname.
double-double?
Yeah,
we
he
gotta
gonna-
get a nickname for him.
Yeah.
Jaylen Duren?
Jaylen. What he's because he's just like a grinder, grimy,
he's-
physical.
yeah,
Like, what
he's
could
a-
be a good nickname for him? Because
a way-
his type of player is not in the league no more.
He like a
Facts.
mini admiral, bro.
You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't in the league. The guys who just play in the paint,
bruisers, yeah.
the bruisers are not in the league no more.
Those are our picks of the night, guys, presented by PrizePicks.
I've been loving how simple it is to play and win on PrizePicks. Jaylen Brunson, Steph Curry, Tyrese Maxey, more threes, more points, more assists. These guys are hooping.
Wemby, Cat, Chet, more rebounds, more blocks, more assists. Big fellas have been balling this first half of the season. More.
PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes.
PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Pick from all your favorite sports, anything from basketball, baseball, hockey, UFC, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more.
It may no longer be football season, but hey, man, we got so many other sports to build some awesome lineups with.
Just make sure you download the PrizePicks apps today and use code NFG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code NFG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks.
It's good to be right.
Look, man, there's a reason why every time we play pickup, somebody want to guard me like it's game 7. Some things just make sense.
They've been doing this for over 35 years, fighting for the people. People just like us, just like all of y'all listening.
When we say large, we mean large. Morgan & Morgan has over 100 offices, more than 1,000 lawyers nationwide. That's not a law firm, that's a whole squad. When hiring Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring an army that has your back.
And the numbers speak for themselves. They've recovered over $25 billion for more than 500,000 clients. Real results. Like in Florida, one client got like $12 million after the insurance company only offered $350,000. And in Pennsylvania, a client ended up with $29 million when the insurer's best offer was $500K.
But here's the thing. If you hire the wrong law firm, you might be beat before the game even starts. All law firms are not the same. And there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan.
Their fee is free unless they win.
For more information, go to forthepeople.com/NFG. That's forthepeople.com/NFG. Or you can dial pound LAW, that's pound 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. Of course, man, let's get into our next segment, which are power moves presented by the good folks at Morgan & Morgan.
And our guy,
Dan Morgan.
Dan Morgan.
Shouts to Big Dan. Killer.
Shout out to
Podcast
Big
extraordinaire. The NBA's 65-game minimum for postseason awards has completely reshaped this year's MVP race. Jokic is one missed game away from being ruled out.
That's crazy.
SGA has 6 to go. Luka has 5. Wemby has 4. Cade, Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown are the candidates with the most cushion, having missed 6 and 5 games, respectively. So the question isn't just who's been the best player in the season anymore, it's who can survive the rule.
Mm-hmm.
If multiple superstars fall short of 65 games, does the award lose some of its meaning?
Wow, that is a great question. I mean, dude, listen. You got to put the work in, though, man. I mean, it's not going to lose as many.
Are you just saying that because it's Jaylen Brown?
No,
very
no,
close
but like
to the
they'll
MVP?
be available. Like the MVPs
It's
has
still
to be
good players.
available.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like I can't see you play. Say you play 55 games, but you the best player. You have these great gaudy numbers and still get the MVP. You got to reward the guys that's night in and night out through back-to-backs, playing through the stub toe, bruised knee, bruised thigh,
If you play 55
still playing.
and a guy plays 72, I think you should have to be way better than that guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's
easier to be
way better with numbers because you're playing less games. You know what I'm saying? the numbers wise.
No, I'm saying even with the you got better. Like your numbers got to be way better.
The only person
bro.
who's way better is Jokic. His numbers are just way
He's the only
better.
one that you could say that the compilation of his numbers is kind of
Just
crazy.
Way better. That's the
But I
only
don't think
one.
Jokic is going to end up at 55 though. You know what I
There's
mean?
got to be some type of. I feel like you got to give like a game or two a grace period. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like, oh, you won game.
Yeah,
You got to
I
give
know.
at least 2 game grace period.
Rule
You know
is
what I'm
the
saying?
rule. What if he plays 64 games?
Bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
crazy,
got to
man.
have, you know what I'm saying?
I think Adam was in search of solutions to a problem where like guys aren't missing games because they're being namby-pambies. Guys are missing games because
There's
of
injuries.
legitimate injuries, man. Like, and, muscle situation, muscle soreness and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I think they should axe this rule. And most of the times, MVP voters, I'm the first person to get at my fellow media guys when they're being bullshit artists and all of that. Caping for tanking and stupid shit like that. But, like, when it comes to MVP votes, like, all the dudes that I know, like, these dudes put a lot of work and, like, actually take it super seriously.
sure.
And they were already considering games played.
Yeah.
This idea that we need this rule to be like, yo, you don't play 65, Paul. You can't get MVP. I don't know. I don't think we needed to do all of that.
Nah, it wasn't necessary. I mean, I felt like it was necessary for certain other things, more like all NBA team and like defensive teams, more so than these bigger awards.
I mean, but like, who's
But-
the MVP today? Like today.
Well, everybody's still eligible, so it's probably Jokic or SGA.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like if you miss
So-
the last 2 weeks, somebody takes the lead.
Yeah,
it's
so-
like the marathon. You stop for the Gatorade, but somebody keep running. And he took the lead.
I'm with you. So my thing is, it doesn't water
Like,
down
you can
the
catch up.
award because even the guys that's behind them are still very good candidates.
I don't think it's watered down. Yeah,
Like
I think these guys
Cade,
have
they're
worthy
very much
seasons.
deserving.
Yeah,
Like even
come
if you
on,
did,
man.
the top 5 guys in voting, like even those guys are very much deserving. Even if it's the 5th guy that gets it, you like.
Jaylen Brown is,
I could
is
see.
a worthy MVP.
Cade Cunningham,
candidate. I
very
think Cade
worthy.
as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is again to me one of those things where Adam
But also,
is in
look
search
at
of a
this.
solution.
How valuable are you to
Unnecessary.
your team too? Because like as great as Joker has been with the numbers, his team played well without him.
Sure.
As
This
great
year.
as SGA has been, his team's played well without him.
Sure.
If you take Jaylen Brown off the Celtics right now, you think
Yeah,
they're gonna
that's-
be a
that's-
500 team?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Guys like him, guys
They're
like
done.
Jaylen, like
Cade.
Brunson. You take Brunson off that team,
Yeah.
they gonna fall flat
Cade,
on
I
their
mean,
face.
forget about
Cade,
it. That offense.
That's what like
Yeah,
you take
would be
Cade
nice.
out.
top 28 in the league.
So like
Okay.
realistically, even if all those guys were healthy, still the number 1 or 2 guys to me is Cade and Brown.
That's interesting. So you, Cade and Jaylen Brown, narratively and just what they've
I'm
been
just
able
looking
to do.
at your impact on winning, like with or without you. If your team is still really good without you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
but-
says something.
For sure, but Jokic last year, this is like the first year that they've been good with like decent.
No, they've been
amount.
good all the time without
Nah,
him. You
last
gotta
year it was
up.
really bad.
It was really bad
Really
last
bad.
year.
Nah,
Let me think. Let me go back into my-
They're
Really
usually
bad.
not great without
They're usually
Jokic.
terrible when he's off the floor. When he's off the floor, they can just
This is
go.
the first year that they've been respectable.
Yeah.
And to say they're good without him, I think is a
Like
little bit
500 or
They've
better
been
is good.
respectable.
Yeah, they've been
They had a
solid.
great stretch when
Yeah.
he was out.
Yeah, they picked up some more
I
depth.
think that should hold weight. Like
For sure.
in my early days in the league, when Steve Nash won his 2 MVPs, but when he was out,
Yeah.
they was terrible. I think he was out like I think he was out 8 games. They were like 1 and
No,
7.
he was definitely the
It was like
engine of the
crazy.
team,
It was
for sure.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I see that's why he won.
So you're fine with this staying at a 65 game rule and all of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can do 63.
Availability is a gift.
Yeah, I would say probably move to like 60, man.
63 is cool.
You meet the 60 threshold and you're
Because anything more than 20 games is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 20 games is
so
a
like
lot,
that's
yeah.
really like 62. So like 63, 62, like I'm okay
yeah,
with
20
20.
games is 25% of the season.
So
Yeah, a quarter. Missing
Yeah.
a quarter. That's
I'm
tough.
not rolling.
It's a big chunk.
Yeah, you got to get the games in because that's you got to understand that the mileage that you play by playing more games that's a factor.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to be there for your team.
You gotta be there.
I agree. I just think we're in the era where guys miss games.
Can we find out who was the MVP who played the least amount of games? Who would that be? I wonder what
Let's
the
see
who
if
is.
Gemini
I think somebody got it
knows.
in like 50 something games, right?
I want to know who that was. That's kind
least
of
amount of
crazy.
games played.
Yeah.
Karl Malone, 49.
God
Wow.
damn.
Nah, that was a lockout though.
That was lockout.
Okay, so
And
how
it was
many
only
games?
50-game season.
He
He
missed
missed
one
one
game.
game.
So it's Bill Walton. Bill Walton is the answer. Even
Yeah.
LeBron is in 12, 11,
Yeah, he
12
missed
is a
20
lockout
games.
short. No, that's lockout
That's
shortened.
lockout.
Oh,
I think they played 68
66.
games.
No,
66
66.
What
games.
about
yeah.
so Giannis is the answer.
Yeah, Giannis.
but Bill Walton was that a
COVID was
lockout year?
started
that's
late.
That's a COVID year.
COVID year.
So Bill Walton's year was a lot. Was a
Bill Walton's year is just a real NBA season.
so 58,
yeah, Bill Walton set the record. 58. Jeez.
and then Giannis that was a COVID.
Well,
year.
the next one was Joel Embiid or.
So that's
or
a COVID
Kuz.
year. So COVID year was less than 82, right? Supposedly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Joel.
nah, guys just straight
Joel.
up be playing, man.
65 is the number. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
65 is the number.
Yeah.
When you look at it.
Yeah, because Joel did 66. He did right
I
at.
guess 65 is the cutoff.
But that's because he had to,
generally
because that's the
speaking.
rules in place at that time. So that's why he had to play 66 at 22, 23.
Generally speaking, yeah, 65 is kind of the number.
In the year Kuz played 64, it was probably like a 65-game season.
Facts. Facts. Coolsy was out there playing with
All the
gym
games.
teachers. I love that meme, by the way. Oh, Mike played against mechanics. So stupid. We haven't done a Mount Rushmore segment up here in a minute. So you guys have seen the Los Angeles Lakers unveiled their 8th statue.
Wow.
Former head coach Pat Riley, who was the head coach for 4 of the 5 Showtime Lakers championships, now has a nearly 8-foot-tall statue of him in Star Plaza outside of Crypto.com Arena. Congratulations to Pat Riley,
Yeah,
of
shout out
course,
to,
first of
to
all.
Pat.
Did you see this, and what were your thoughts?
I didn't see it. I was invited to it, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
Wow.
They were seeing
Terrible
it.
Laker.
I was out of town, bro. I think I was out of town doing a game, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, no, it's dope. I mean, said we've seen other statues out there.
Yeah.
8 feet tall is like.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
That's
That's a
ridiculous.
big statue.
Phil doesn't have a statue, right?
No,
he
not,
should get one.
not yet, but he
He's
should.
got 5 chips.
He
gonna
don't got
he'll
one
get
in Chicago either?
He'll get one.
No.
He'll get one.
Wow.
He should get one. But again,
Definitely. Chicago should
like
have made that
how tall?
yesterday.
How tall was
Yeah.
D Wade's and Allen Iverson's statue was not
Yeah,
tall.
it's a
D
diminutive
Wade's
statue.
even Kobe's statue. I don't think is 8
Yeah,
feet
y'all
tall.
got a CYO statue out in front of Philly. That was crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, because it's next to a bunch of other. Was it? D Wade's 8 feet. So they're all. I guess they're all about 8 feet. It's just the height, but they don't. The person don't look that tall.
So you like that they gave him a nice statue?
I mean, he's deserving of it.
100%.
He's deserving of it.
He's a legendary Laker. There's no two ways
Yeah.
about it.
So I mean, I guess the question is, who else do you think on the Mount? Who's your Mount Rushmore of coaches, and who else deserves a statue?
Mount Rushmore coaches,
That's easy.
easy.
Yeah.
Phil,
Mm-hmm.
Red, Popovich.
Mm-hmm.
And Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
Yeah, Rouse.
Yeah.
Shit, Rouse, straight
It's
up.
Pop, Phil, Riley for sure. That fourth one is really.
Red.
Yeah, to me
Yeah.
it's Red, definitely. Because he like,
Yeah.
he set the standard.
Pioneer. He set the
basically.
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah, he set
Gotta
the
give him
standard.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it right there.
Who's
Or-
knocking on the door, though, do you think?
I mean,
I
'Cause
got
I
a
don't
based
think
off
anybody's
rings.
as decorated as those guys.
Are you based
Except
off?
for Kerr.
Yeah, he's got hella rings, but 4 as a coach.
I gotta give Russell some love as a coach.
That's what I was-
player coach.
That's what I was.
Bill Russell is a player coach.
That's insane,
Facts.
ain't it?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
Player
crazy.
coach.
I mean, would you put a college coach up there?
Nah, hell
No,
no.
this is NBA.
NBA. No, I don't count college guys.
Popovich.
I don't count guys
say
that get to play
Popovich?
against
We said Pop.
McNeese State.
Oh, in the
You
first
You
can't
said
put
Pop,
them in
Phil,
the
and
NBA.
Riley for
Okay.
sure. Top like
Yeah,
for
Pop,
sure.
Phil, Riley, and Red.
Yeah.
To
And
me,
then
that's
now you just got to start saying like Kerr and
Kerr. I think is knocking on the door. I guess because he does.
what about
have
Larry Brown or Lenny Wilkins,
Coach Brown,
Detroit Pistons coach
Daly,
Daly.
Coach
Spo.
Spo for
Spo.
longevity. He's
Yeah.
it's only 2 rings, but the guy's been an amazing coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually has.
He's knocking on the door.
You know, NBA guys. Honestly, those 4 guys, their resumes are so far past everybody else's.
Don't somebody got OD amount of championships in college?
Wouldn't?
Yeah, John Wooden.
Would you not put him? Would you not put him?
No, he's not in the NBA. In terms of just coaching, period.
Well, you want to throw some high school coaches there?
Nah, college is very different though than high school, bro. It's a very different level.
You got some legendary high school coaches too.
Not like that.
Yeah, you do.
Like Wooden?
Yeah.
Who?
Man, you got like what?
There ain't a damn one.
No, I'm sure there's guys that
There's
won
not a
bunch of
damn one. There's not
championships
another
like that.
college coach like
Like
Wooden.
Wooten?
Nah, there's
You
not
remember him?
another college coach
From
or
DeMatha?
high school
Yeah.
coach.
Coach Wooden is a legend.
Yeah,
I'm sure he is,
Coach
but he
DeMatha
ain't
is a
fucking
legend,
John
bro.
Wooden.
He's not a John.
And then you got to put what's his name in there, like
How many championships that Wooden
what,
had?
Hurley, Mr. Hurley.
Oh, Dan
Bob-
Hurley.
yeah.
Bobby Hurley's pops.
Yeah.
He's a high school.
He's a legend. He's a high school legend.
Legendary
For
high
sure.
school coaches, man. And
10
the guy from
championships.
Oak Hill.
Won
What's the
10
one? Steve
championships.
Smith from Oak Hill.
Oh, word. He's a legend. For sure.
88
Yeah,
game winning streak.
A what game winning streak?
88 game winning
Yeah,
streak.
That's crazy.
Oh, and then
Tennessee
you got to
was-
throw my boy from Connecticut Girls. Then when you know
Oh,
Oh,
Gino
yeah, he in there.
Auriemma.
Yeah, there you go.
Gino.
Yeah, Gino, nice.
Facts.
Yeah, Gino is like
You gotta
He's
show
got
them.
a crazy
Gotta
resume.
show them love, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta show them love.
Yeah, Gino for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Summitt, all of those
Pat Summitt.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
On the women's side, they've done incredible work. I think a lot of people would say Mulkey is doing some of that similar stuff, and so is Dawn Staley. So shouts to all the coaches winning championships out there, and shouts to Pat Riley, Laker legend, Miami Heat lifer. It's crazy. He's gonna have a statue at both arenas when it's all said and done, and it's well deserved. All right, guys, it's time to stand on business really quick.
Stand on business.
Because Jaylen Brown, I think this has been the season of Jaylen Brown standing on business in terms of rhetorically anyway. They asked Jaylen Brown about his MVP case in a post-game interview, and he had this to say. Do we got the audio, Chris?
Just come out and be Jaylen Brown who I am. I feel like I'm the best two-way player in the world. I play both ends of the court, night to night. I'm available, which is hard to do. I'm a leader. I help lead my team, empower my team to come out and play confidently, stuff that doesn't always show up on the analytics. And I'm a winner. I come out and try to win every single night. So,
Why are they laughing at him in the comments, man? Why are they laughing at him in the comments, man?
Because they saying
A
it's
lot
them two.
of Kawhi and Giannis gifs out there.
Wait, like, so
Wemby.
Paul, we know where you stand. This guy's already your MVP or whatever. What do you think about Jaylen Brown's case for himself, and is it true?
He makes a great case. I think people laugh at him because they don't want the person to make a case for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
his play is shown that he shouldn't have to speak it, but he's not wrong. He's available. He does empower winning. He empowers his teammates. All those things he said are true, and his impact on winning. Like if you take him off that team, they're not the same. It's a night and day of what they look like, and he is one of the best two-way players in the world today, right now, this season. But that's something I feel like you have to do. You have to longevity. You have to do it night in, night out for some years.
No, I think he's been the best two-way player for like the last 4 years.
Oh God. Okay.
No,
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah. So he's just like.
Let's look at
when
his
you put
numbers.
His offense and defense together.
Yeah, I mean, he's been averaging like between 26 and 28 over the last 4 years. And we already know what he does on defense. He's been doing this for the last 5-6 years.
I feel like he's picked
it's
it up
just like he's getting
some
more
on defense.
recognition because Tatum's not there. Like, I've watched this kid grow. like, come on now. It's a reason he got Finals MVP. It's the reason he got Eastern Conference Finals MVP. It's like this year right here. In 2022, he averaged 27. I thought he was the best. I said he was the best two-way player in the game then in 2022.
You forget there's still Kawhi and Giannis.
Kawhi ain't been on the court like that. I know Kawhi
Not in
is
the
Kawhi.
playoffs, but-
he ain't been a healthy season.
He had a healthy
in
season
years.
one of them years when he got the extension. What year was that? He just got hurt in the playoffs.
Not that year, 2022. 23.
Giannis still around.
Man, Giannis, come on, offensively is not the same as Jaylen Brown.
What years he played?
not the
Come on,
same.
man.
It's 23,
Yes,
24, 68
Giannis
games.
is
Okay.
doing
All right, look.
all
All right, so
that,
he's
bro.
averaging 23. He's averaging 27 and doing the same defense as him.
Giannis is doing all of that scoring, And, you know, to be fair, his defense is tapered off.
Yeah, but he's still at 25
As his career
years
is.
ago, though.
Yeah,
Giannis is
I
very
mean,
much
he's a
Here's-
force offensively,
Here's
but
what I'll
like,
say.
32.
Here's what I'll say about
like you got a
Jaylen
guy
Brown.
who
30.
you can't give the ball to in the clutch to make clutch free throws or a clutch three.
Now
you want to
he's
give
not-
him that
now
two-way?
he's shitting on Giannis.
No, I'm not shitting on Giannis, but I'm saying, like, offensively, he's not better than Jaylen Brown.
He's a better offensive player than
29.
That's crazy.
He's averaging 29.
All right, who you want with the
21.
ball down the stretch, Jaylen Brown or him? Or he's a
Jaylen.
better offense.
I'm probably.
But he's a better offensive player, though.
But if-
he's a better offensive player.
So down the stretch, you taking
What are you
Jaylen
talking
Brown?
about now?
Down the stretch, probably, yeah.
Well, he's a
Jaylen
better.
Brown
Well,
can
why don't you
bring
give it to
ball
the?
up
See,
and
make it
create
make sense.
offense.
If the
You don't
steak
think
is
Giannis
better
could
over
do that?
here, then over here, eat it at the
think
better steak. If
Giannis-
he's the better offensive player, why you don't want him with the ball?
I think in the clutch, Giannis is so one-dimensional. Defenses
my
can load up on him, and he's easier to guard than
But he's a
somebody who's a
better
little bit more
offensive
dynamic
player.
than Jaylen Brown. Here's why it doesn't matter. Here's why none of that shit matters.
I got him.
When Steph Curry is winning unanimous MVP, when Harden is running away from it with it, when fucking Westbrook is running away with it, when Jokic is winning all these MVPs, we don't talk about two-way play because that's not what MVP is. It's not a two-way player award. So to just monkey wrench that thing and just jam it in there and be like, well, I'm two-way. Well, we don't consider two-way for MVP.
Why not?
We just don't. That's just
It's
traditionally
considered.
not
It's
what we do.
It's considered, bro. It's not
It's
as much
not
today.
considered at all.
Not as
bro.
much today.
No, it's not.
But it
considered,
definitely was
Danny.
considered.
Nobody cares what Harden was doing on defense when he won his MVP. That's not why he won. It's because he was the most dominant
because
offensive
he was
player.
historically great offensive, like historically.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like,
Bro, Shea is a very good defender as well.
but he's historically great on offense.
He also was. He considered one of like a defensive team. They considered him for defense.
Also,
team.
he's a better two-way player.
There's
than
also a lot of
Jaylen
guys that
Brown.
were considered
No,
defensive
I
teams.
wouldn't
Like
say that.
even Braun, we
Better
tried to get
two-way
defensive player of the
player?
year. They were considered NBA defensive.
No, he's not.
He is.
He don't have the
is.
same versatility. Jalen guards 1 through 4. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on. We saw what he did versus Luka in the finals.
Yeah,
I mean, not that he shut him down, but he stifled him.
yeah.
Come on, man. We saw what he did on the Lakers the other day.
Yo, Luka's numbers in the finals was crazy.
Defense
His
is
shooting percentage
not,
was way down.
I don't know. Can we look that
Defense
up?
is not why we give guys
Kyrie,
the
I think, is the
MVP,
reason why
so
Luka's
I don't know
numbers
why
were
we
nuts.
would give it to
No,
Jaylen
he
Brown
was
just because he
shooting.
asked us to.
Dog.
We're not changing.
Not
the
when
rules for
guarded.
Jaylen
Not
Brown.
when guarded by Jalen Brown.
What finals was this against
Not when
Boston?
guarded by Jaylen.
It's a fact.
He's only been in one final. So what was his?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His assists were way down.
6 assists lower, averaging
assists
29 and
lower.
9. What was his
Scoring,
number? What was
look,
his shooting
He was
percentage?
averaging 30 that year.
I'm
It was
not gonna
down.
lie, man. Luka's
What
really
was-
good at getting his numbers no matter what. Even
Yeah.
if he's not playing well, he can get to that 29 points. And like
In the
we have
finals.
watched that game and been like, yo, this does not seem like this guy was dominating the game. So
was
Yeah, his numbers was down.
What
Look,
was his shooting
I
percentage?
don't
He was
get hyped
averaging
about none of
34. He was down to 28.
Was that the year?
Yeah, that was the year.
23, 24?
Damn.
Yeah, his numbers
He was
was
averaging
down.
30. What was his shooting percentage?
Man, his numbers was down. Told you.
Jaylen shut him down. That's the
He
narrative.
shut him
man.
down.
We got to run with it because Boston is on the brink of an MVP case.
Right
so.
there, 47 from the
It
field.
was down. Everything was down.
47 is not
Yeah, he
down,
was shooting
bro.
49.
He shot
he
49
made
one.
no threes. Luka never makes
Was
his
that
His
one
threes
game?
was 24%.
He never makes his
Yeah,
threes.
his threes are down.
He was just worn out
47.
that series. They had
Yeah.
that 5 out going, and
Yeah.
Luka was they just wore him out that entire series. But again, just to reiterate, like, love Jaylen Brown, bro. Your two-way case is meaningless here. I'm sorry, bro. Like that's
It helps,
not
man.
what
It
we
helps.
do for MVP.
But who are the top 5 two-way players in NBA right now? Is the question.
Top 5 two-way players? Anthony Edwards plays both ends of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown plays both ends of the floor. Shea plays both ends of the floor. Wemby
Yeah.
plays both ends of the floor.
Terrible list.
What?
I'm just saying. I'm going to give you a better list.
Kawhi, but he's not as good on defense anymore.
He's
'Cause
not.
He's not as laterally quick as he used to be.
I mean, he don't need to. He don't put as much energy into defense anymore. So
I
yeah,
mean,
I'm with you
he's
though.
just not as quick.
I'm with
yeah.
you. He never was like a quick. He was great with his hand. Like he was, you know what I'm saying?
He's a lot slower now than he was when he was
I
25.
for
right?
sure, absolutely. But again, if he had the energy to play both sides, had a team around him, I think he would be better defensively.
I don't know, man. His knees. You want his knees doing all that?
The niggas
On
show fine
offense,
on
it
offense.
could be economy of movement. You're the one choosing where you want to go, when you want to go there. On defense,
You gotta find.
like, bruh, I don't know.
It's a good
man.
breakdown right there, Doctor fucking
I'm
Watts.
just saying, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm scared for that brother if he got to
I'm
guard
with you.
people all
P, what's your list?
48.
My list, best two-way players in the league. I'm going to start off with Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
He said
Victor Wembanyama.
Okay.
Clearly. Then I'm going to go two-way. Let's see. I'm going to go Jimmy Butler when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam.
Okay. Both of those,
Bam
still, I
will give
think.
you
Bam
20.
is
I still feel like both of those offensively are not
Well,
as
what do you
good as they
mean?
were.
I saw
Like,
Jimmy Butler average 30 something.
I think Bam
yeah,
He's
that
a
was a
one-way
long time.
player.
That was some time ago, not anymore. Was it not? Am I wrong for saying that?
No, you're right.
It was some
You're
time
right,
ago.
you're
We
right.
can go back to Kawhi. It's
You're right,
2019 if we're
you're
doing that shit.
I think he was a pretty good offensive
no,
player.
He
this
was,
year.
but he's not the same offensive player as he was. is what
Yeah, I'm
saying.
just saying he's
In the
up
game
there.
right now, today, this year.
In the game today, this year.
This
right.
year.
Okay.
Man, I mean,
Even
it's
before
kinda
ACL.
challenge to get top tier defensive players in the league right
For
now.
sure.
Like I
For
can't
sure.
even tell you who will be on all defense. Truthfully, I like my kid over there, but his offensive is challenged over there in Minnesota. But he's offensively challenged.
Oh,
McDaniels.
Jaden
McDaniels,
McDaniels,
yeah.
he's offensively challenged,
Sure.
though. But he still
I
gets
think
18.
OG is a good two-way player.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
there's
he's
a lot of
offensive
guys
challenged
that,
too.
They're not scoring like that, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
that play both
Like, you
sides.
So
gotta
if
get
you
the
wanna put
best
somebody
two-way
actually
players is
scoring
like
like
you got to
that-
give me at least 20.
J-Dub on
Okay,
OKC.
J-Dub is in
Yeah.
there, but not right now, he's saying. He ain't been playing. Chet Holmgren.
Neither one of y'all
Nah.
Giannis yet.
Giannis ain't
when he
playing right
wants
now.
to be. When he wants to be,
We're
he
saying
is
right
still a
now,
good
today,
defensive
Well, you
player.
could, whoever's in season, like
Giannis
you
don't
could
really
say
try
Jimmy.
as
Jimmy
hard as
played
he
this year
used to.
before the ACL. You said Jimmy,
Yeah,
but
I
I
said
think
Jimmy, though. You
I
tried to take that out.
I just said offensively this
Yeah,
year
he-
before the ACL, I didn't think he was scoring that well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm with you with.
That makes Jaylen Brown that much more valuable if we can't even name 5.
You can't name 5. He named 5.
No,
Yeah.
but those weren't legit.
And
I'm
Edwards
give
is
you-
not a legit two-way player.
All right, Dylan Brooks. 20
Sure,
a game.
now he is.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks,
What was
20
his
a
numbers? I think
game.
his numbers have dropped some though.
I'm just saying, Edwards, I've seen like
Yeah.
be elite.
I'm gonna go.
at
I'm
defense.
definitely gonna go. And Jaylen Brown. I'm gonna put Cade in there.
Cade
I'm gonna put Cade in there. I'm
He
gonna
tries
put.
his ass off. He does.
I think Wemby is not as consistent on offense end, but I put Wemby in there.
Yes, he's
And then who would my 5th would be?
Chris Dunn.
Chris
Nah.
Dunn.
I probably would. I mean,
There were
I mean,
years where you could say Devin Booker was a
yeah,
great two-way
but
player.
he tried defense. I'll probably say J Dub, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'll probably say J Dub.
J-Dub and Shea to me. Both of those. The
Yeah.
whole Thunder team plays both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
That's what makes them special. Like, they don't play a lot of one-sided guys on their team. And that's, the best teams in the league, they play as many minutes as possible with 5-man lineups that can hold up on offense and defense. That's the key.
Oh, no. Okay, I got one. Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
Cooper Flag is
He's
the
top
two-way
5 right
player.
now, for sure. Yes.
he hooping.
Well,
you gotta give him credit. He hooping.
Jaylen Brown, hopefully all the MVP voters heard you. God knows so many of them are Boston-based anyway. So hopefully your case was made. And that's our show for today. I think we made our case on the show today. If you're watching the show on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Like this video, hit the notification bell. If you're listening to this on a podcast app, rate us, leave us a review. It really helps us with the algorithm. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace out.
This has been a Playmaker production.